Coming up, a community remembers a one-year-old that died days after a fire.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. The Powell County community is grieving tonight. One-year-old Keegan Haddix died on Tuesday after a fire destroyed her family's home late last week. Family, first responders, and some city leaders gathered to pray in Clay City. Grayson Passmore was there and tells us how the community is leaning on each other and their faith.
Unfortunately, God saw fit on the 12th to take our little baby girl home.
On March 8th, a fire tore through this Powell County home. Austin Haddix and 3 of his children were inside at the time, including one-year-old Keegan. Kiki was found with no heartbeat, and first responders resuscitated her on the scene. She was rushed to UK Hospital, where this little girl put up a big fight for days.
Being a mother when your child is hurt, your first thing to do is fix that hurt. This is a hurt that I cannot fix for my baby girl.
Kiki was born on March 17th.
You know, she was our St. Patty's Day baby. She was our lucky charm.
Now her grandmother, Michelle Brown, says they'll bury their baby the day before she should have turned 2.
I'd look at her and I'd say, "Are you Nana's baby? Are you Nana's girl?" And no, no, no. And I know that when my time comes and I reach those pearly gates myself, she's going to look at me from the other side of them gates, and she's going to welcome me by looking at me and going, "No, no, no, Nana."
Brown says they've received donations and prayers from people around this community and from states away. So right now, the family will hold on tightly to their faith and to each other.
Just like this wind right here, that's my baby girl, letting Nana know, hey, I'm okay.
In Clay City, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Brown says Grayson Funeral Home is covering the costs of Keegan Haddix's funeral services. They are still accepting donations to help her daughter, son-in-law, and their 4 children find a new home. To weather now, and severe storms hit parts of Kentucky hard today, and another line is moving through parts of the state now. Governor Beshear says tornadoes touched down earlier in Gallatin and Trimble counties and possibly in Carroll County. Thousands of people lost power. This is video from Trimble County, where, as you can see, several homes were severely damaged. No deaths and only minor injuries have been reported so far.
Well, the better chance for severe weather tonight will stay to our west over western and central Kentucky, but we are still tracking some more widespread showers as we go through late Thursday. Also on Friday, a live look at first alert pinpoint Doppler. Right now we are dry across our region, but notice as we zoom out for western Kentucky pushing into southern Indiana, also southern Ohio, we are tracking some more widespread strong to severe storms, some severe thunderstorm warnings close to Louisville, also pushing into northern Kentucky. But again, the bulk of the severe weather will stay to our west with the better ingredients over western, also into northern Kentucky. But we do have a tornado watch through 4 a.m. for western Kentucky that will last for 4 a.m. for places like Lexington and Frankfort. Also, that does include Rowan County, but for all of us, we are not included in a watch at this hour, and I do not suspect that will be extended, as again, the better chance for severe weather will stay to our north and west. Those current temperatures, though, are mild at this hour, in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Up to 73 in Irvin, 70 for Jackson, and 71 over in Floyd County at this hour. And we stay mild overnight, lows in the upper 50s to lower 60s as we are tracking some more showers. Some of those could be heavy, possibly some breezy weather, but again, no widespread severe weather issues. More details on those showers, plus a cooler start to next week coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. One man was flown to a hospital after a crash involving a school bus and a motorcycle today in Perry County. The crash happened at the intersection of Kentucky 15 and 28. Police say nobody on the bus was hurt, but the man on the motorcycle was flown to UK Hospital. His name and condition is not known. The Perry County school bus was taking 33 kindergarten to 12th grade Buckhorn students home from A.B. Combs. It's unclear what led to the crash. One man is facing several charges after police say he stole a school bus and crashed while under the influence. Police say on Tuesday, 26-year-old John Driscoll stole the bus from South Laurel High School. Neighbors say when he crashed on Sublimity School Road, he crawled out and ran off on Middle Ground Way towards South Laurel Road. London police say this serves as a lesson to all drivers to lock your doors and keep your keys with you at all times.
People are going to be out and about more on foot, and you never know, they may be going through your vehicle if it's unlocked at night, or see something through the window that they feel they deserve. That's not the case, but in their mind, they may feel that they deserve it, and they try to take it and deprive people of their property.
Daugherty says it's not known how Driscoll was able to steal the bus. He faces several charges and is being held in the Laurel County Detention Center. A Southern Kentucky teacher facing sexual abuse charges made his first court appearance today. State police arrested Liney Henriquez yesterday. His arrest citation says he was a high school teacher and middle school baseball coach in Whitley County. The citation says a school resource officer reported Henriquez had exchanged nude photos with two female students. Police say Henriquez admitted to touching the two girls inappropriately while on campus. A Southern Kentucky Circuit Court clerk has been removed from office by the Kentucky Supreme Court. Joseph J.S. Flynn is suspended amid some allegations by his staff. The Supreme Court released a 20-page opinion and documents detailing numerous allegations involving a hostile work environment, allegations of sexual misconduct, and harassment. Flynn was removed from office, but he had been suspended with pay. A bill that would diminish diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in Kentucky universities cleared a House committee tonight. Senate Bill 6 moves to withhold funding from DEI offices and officers, among a multitude of provisions. It passed on the same day that Attorney General Russell Coleman handed down an opinion saying DEI policies in universities are unconstitutional. Jeremy Toms has more.
Representative Jennifer Decker says misguided DEI bureaucracies in higher education have cost the state tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, with a UK student speaking to the, quote, egregious spending.
$10.5 million. That's the salary of the DEI offices at UK.
Rep. Decker says Senate Bill 6 seeks accountability from these institutions. She filed her own version of the bill, House Bill 9, and a new committee substitute has adopted much of that language.
They shall no longer expend any resources, monetary, human, physical, or digital, on DEI offices, officers, trainings, and initiatives.
The bill also requires that universities adopt a policy on viewpoint neutrality, and that students can't be treated differently based on protected classes like religion, race, or sex. It also takes aim at the Council on Post-Secondary Education, which spoke out against the measure.
Our students are not persisting into college at the rate that we want them to, and I'm afraid that this legislation may limit us in being able to do the things we need for students.
The bill's opponents worry about the chilling effect this will have on the state's diverse student bodies.
It isn't white students who are fleeing the woke campus, however, who are most likely to leave U of L. Instead, it is their black and brown peers.
You all love the UK cats. I know you do. We will alienate those young athletes. Is that something we really want to do?
Senate Bill 6 moved on to the full House easily, but some Republicans expressed concerns that more discussion on this bill is needed.
We don't talk to each other, we talk around each other. It's important for all of us to show grace, humility, respect to everyone.
In Frankfort, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Senate Bill 6 passed committee with 13 yes votes, 3 noes, all coming from Democrats, and 2 passing on the vote. It has already received 2 readings in the House this week and could soon be put to a vote for final passage. A bill that would put a school choice constitutional amendment on the ballot cleared another hurdle today in Frankfort. A Senate committee passed House Bill 2. It would allow voters to decide whether it wants school choice as an option in Kentucky. Supporters say the decision should be left up to the voters. Opponents say money should not be taken away from public schools. Today, Governor Beshear unveiled significant strides in the state's medical cannabis initiative. The Beshear administration introduced 5 new regulations for those with qualifying conditions to obtain medical cannabis cards. It's ahead of Senate Bill 47 going into effect in 2025. The new law allows those who need medical cannabis to obtain it in Kentucky with a medical card. The Kentucky River Regional Jail Work Release Program spends a lot of time working in the community, with much of the time spent cleaning up along roadways and at cemeteries. On Thursday, the program participants, jail staff, the Perry County Sheriff's Office, as well as athletes from Buckhorn School were all in the Buckhorn community cleaning up trash. Jailer Minor Allen says having the students out to help is special.
Their high school is located in this area that they will be hopefully getting back into this summer, and so I mean they're really doing a self-serving type thing when they're cleaning.
Allen says the focus right now is cleaning up in locations where debris is left from the 2022 flood. However, littering is a huge problem in many areas, and he hopes this encourages folks to keep their communities clean. From Apple Red Legal Aid to the East Kentucky Science Center and incarceration outreach programs, the names John and Jean Rosenberg hold a lot of weight here in Eastern Kentucky. Today, the city of Prestonsburg celebrated its local supporters of progress by opening a space created with them in mind. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more from Floyd County.
Mama taught me all you need is love.
We aim to create a space that feels like an Eastern Kentucky front porch. Throughout the planning, it became clear that 2 pillars of our community distinctly encapsulated everything we hope to accomplish in this physical space.
3, 2, 1.
A ribbon cutting for Rosenberg Square. The city of Prestonsburg celebrated its colorful corner of community Thursday, honoring Jean and John Rosenberg, a couple who have spent decades advocating for Appalachian people.
He said, I guess we were always just trying to build the kind of world we wanted to live in. Because of your values, because of your efforts, because of your vision and compassion, this little corner of the world has certainly been made so much better.
A place for community to coexist, with a mural to share the couple's story of coming to the mountains, caring for the mountains, and growing in the mountains.
We're walking each other on.
But in reality, it was John Rosenberg that brought my wife and I here, because they're the ones that got the Science Center built.
With friends and neighbors stopping by the Star City to congratulate the couple.
We're so pleased that so many of our friends were able to come. Some came a distance, and you don't do any of these efforts on your own. You do them as part of a community or with a group.
Saying there is no one more deserving of the honor or more humble.
We certainly see Floyd County going in the right direction, and we appreciate all of that. And if we can hopefully continue to be a part of it, then this space will have been justified.
Well,
don't you think?
No, I'm still lobbying for them to change the name every 3 years.
Yeah, fine. We both agree that could happen.
Channeling compassion, cultivating change, and creating community. In Prestonsburg, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the Rosenbergs' well-deserved honor. They say they are honored and a little embarrassed to be celebrated by their city, and while the square is still not finished, they say neither is their work. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, we now know who UK will face off tomorrow in the SEC tournament, and the fans in Music City are ready.
Plus, we are tracking some wet weather tonight and on Friday. Your forecast after this break.